I heard that you were very confident for the finals because you've won all the matches you've done already.
Yeah, so far I won all my matches indeed. Yeah.
Oui, oui, j'ai bien gagné tous mes matchs. Je vous laisse la suite du spectacle.
Installez-vous. Players that we watch, just like regular sports, but esports, of course. All right, so it looks like they have put the friendly matches up. All right,
it's just about ready to
switch
start.
Over to ESCW2.
Things live here. And shout out to everyone in the English-speaking world who's tuned in. Surgical, he's right on top of us. There he is, right there. He's going to be playing against Nem Sensei from France.
Yes.
Give it up for these guys in chat. Woohoo! Over 5K trophies. Personal best for both of these guys. But Nem Sensei, more than twice as many wins, has been playing Clash Royale a lot. You know, I guess Surgical Goblin has been playing a lot more in tournaments and, you know, friendly battles.
Yes, he does.
Nem Sensei grinding the ladder to great effect. Let's see. They're both sitting at 10 elixir. Man, neither one of them is going to make a commitment. There goes Nem Sensei finally dropping Knight on the left side.
Lots of Knights today.
Lots of Knights, yeah. You know, a lot of people considered it an underpowered card. Hadn't seen a whole lot of in competitive gameplay, but it is definitely making a comeback onto the scene.
Yeah, I'm interested to see now that this tournament has gone on, if afterwards we're going to see a lot more
I definitely expect
Knights.
for us
Same.
to.
Ooh, a bowler.
Great
Nice
bowler, helping to compensate a little bit for the missed log there. I think Surgical Goblin was hoping to... Battle Ram! Oh my god! Man, we've seen plenty of logs. We haven't seen them carried by barbarians very much, have we?
I love that. We see one of the brand new cards from Surgical Goblin. If anybody can play it, it's him. And we've got the Executioner now.
Executioner.
I love it. I love it.
You know, Nem ignored that miner on the back end, though. Brought his tower down in 1922.
That battle ram is something that you cannot ignore. The biggest thing is that if that thing hits your tower, that is a lot of damage from it.
A ton. And perfect placement from Nem there. That Ice Spirit did take one little swing from the Executioner. But before the Axe could come back and finish it off, it hopped on and got that little freeze on there.
Nice log. Valuable. Help take out that Electro Wizard and hit Nem Sensei's tower as well.
Surge does have a healthy lead, though.
Yes, he does.
Nice little elixir advantage and tower damage advantage, especially with that lightning in there.
Trading lightning. Lightning and rocket, both risky cards. I mean, they're 6 elixir, and it's something that can really set you ahead in the game or can set you behind elixir. So
that's right, but that's the best feeling for big, explosive competitive gameplay.
Oh, a tornado!
A high risk, high reward.
Nicely done with that tornado.
Excellent play, yeah. Tornado's been played a lot with Executioner, but we're seeing it also used alongside Bowler here in Surge's deck. But the Royal Giant from Nem Sensei, big old beatdown. Last second, didn't even expect that, but Furnace Royal Giant, a dominant archetype.
But Surgical taking that opportunity while he knows that Nem Sensei has just dropped a bunch of elixir, so he sends in that miner to do some chip damage on his tower.
Wow, a lightning on just a lone knight there.
Oh, another
big elixir investment for Surge to have to defend against a Royal Giant coming in now.
Yes.
No buildings in Surge's deck to try to distract the Royal Giant.
But he's got that lightning. Let's see if he uses it on this.
Oh, probably not. That would be a big elixir investment to take out the remainder of that push. He wants to use the lightning on the tower for sure. Any chance he's going to get. We're in overtime now, so it's the next tower that's going to win the game.
Miner going into the tower.
Tornado keeps the minions off that miner, but not quite within range of a lightning. Surge has got to defend one more time.
Nice. Look at that. The Executioner hitting all of them.
Oh my god, the lightning goes off! The log is going to do it! Nem Sensei takes the first win!
Wow.
Oh, explosive gameplay at the end. Surge just had one more defense there, but no buildings in his deck to distract that Royal Giant, and the perfect timing of lightning from Nem Sensei, distracted by stunning the defensive units and the tower, got a lot of damage in there. He put it all on the line, and he took the win.
I mean, Surgical, he is not one to usually play a meta deck. He's not afraid to play an unorthodox decks, which we just saw. I mean, we saw Battle Ram in there, we saw Tornado, a lot of things that we don't normally see, which, as I mentioned before, in the semifinals, here we go. Match number 2. So yeah, Nem Sensei with a 1 win so far for the first match. Starting the same way. Ooh, we got a giant in the back from Nem Sensei. Oh!
Giant in the back on the left.
Look at that! Royal Giant from Surgical this time.
Switching it up. Surge's going to go for the big old dude this time.
Classic push, the Royal Giant with those minions. Hard
Down
to
to
defend.
1739. That's a pretty good connection. He's got to defend against this big old giant push coming in, though.
Oh, shit.
Is Surge going to have a building on the back end. Oh my god, Graveyard!
Graveyard Giants.
A big push, but very nice log
gonna
from
hurt
Surge.
a little
Blocks
bit.
the Skellies from reaching the tower and manages to push
Look
the Giant
at that
off.
defense. What a defense from Surgical Goblin. That Electro Wizard and the Knight just shut
God.
down that Graveyard
Very
and
well
the
done.
Giant.
Only I think that was only 2 swings from Skeletons onto the tower.
Yep.
Surge got a nice little counter because they were forced to fireball out of Nim Sensei. It just continues to pummel the right side.
Surgical played very well there. He saw the Giant coming in. He forced him to defend his push with that Royal Giant. He dropped that Royal Giant right away because he knew that he didn't want Nem Sensei to build up a push. Something was coming with that Giant.
That's right.
He
Now
shut it
Nem
down.
Sensei's actually made a very interesting choice here. He's soaking a lot of the Fire Spirits over on the right, instead choosing to pump up to try to get the Elixir advantage. I guess he has figured that he can take a little bit of that damage without having to worry too much, instead trying to counter push for an even bigger assault.
You got to do that with those tanky decks. You got to be willing to take some damage in order to build your push.
That's right.
Wow, we got the mini P.E.K.K.A tucked behind that Giant there.
And the Giant is pushing the Royal Giant off the tower.
Oh my gosh. Nice log from Surgical.
Big assault coming in, but
Hits
the
the
log
tower.
rolling through everything.
Yes.
I don't even know if Nim's going to get a counterattack here. No
Look
damage
at
on
that
tower yet.
shut down by Surgical. Nice defense from him.
And Nem is just basically conceding the right side at this point. He knows that he's going to lose it, so he pumps up
Yes.
again.
Valuable lightning from Surgical. He hit that left side tower and both Elixir collectors that Nem Sensei had set down. I guess Nem Sensei was not expecting him to be rocking the lightning there.
Not at all. The
Ooh,
last big
Graveyard.
push from Nem Sensei coming in on the right side. Minions and Electro Wiz doing a ton of damage to that ground push.
Look at the mini P.E.K.K.A coming in.
Here she
Mini
comes,
P.E.K.K.A
though.
Oh, Surgical sees that mini P.E.K.K.A. and says,
Last
nope.
second keeps it off the tower. You know, the buff to the hit points of the Electro Wizard was what kept it alive right there.
Yes.
Used to be that a mini P.E.K.K.A was able to one-shot it, but just a little bit of health left, and it's doing a great job defending against this big old Giant push. Lightning is all Surge
Yep.
needs to close out this
That's
second
it.
match.
He drops the good game there. Here comes the
Super
lightning.
combat.
In the French.
Ha-ha.
Very
Surgical
nice.
Goblin ties the series 1-1.
Surgical for the win. So we are tied.
Our Clash World are on these guys right now,
Yes.
trying to figure out the key card combinations.
Ooh, it looks like
new
Surgical's
decks
not
that
going
are gonna
back to
be
his
the meta.
crazy deck there. We'll call it was Battle Ram Tornado. He's got the
Yeah.
furnace in there again.
Might be running
Oh,
the
look
same.
at Nem Sensei's
Wild
got the
Giant
Battle
deck?
Ram. Nem Sensei rocking Battle Ram this time.
They're
Oh my
both
gosh.
playing. Yeah, very interesting. You know, we haven't seen a whole lot of Battle Ram
No.
competitively.
No, we have not.
And yeah, really cheap 3 Elixir cards like Knight and Minions can take it down.
Yes, mini P.E.K.K.A even.
Surge moving in for a counterattack on the left
Look
side
at
now,
this.
not choosing to use the Fire Spirits from that Furnace to support the push. Instead, he's just going to hit hard with that Royal Giant.
He connected right away to that tower
And
he's
hit
shooting
hard
away.
he did. Almost 1,000 points of damage from that one push.
Graveyard coming in. Log. Look at that value log hitting all of those cards. Knight, Graveyard, Battle Ram.
Archers moving in to support.
Very nice. Look at that placement of that
Oh.
Electro Wizard. Beautiful.
Excellently done. Surge does take a big hit there, down to 1663. Nem almost ties it up. He's a
Yep.
little bit behind in Elixir. He's got to defend against this minion push here. Does take a couple swings on the tower from one that he missed the distraction with the Knight there.
Surgical, making sure he's got that furnace out front just for that solid, secure defense the whole time while he's creating that push with the Royal Giant.
Absolutely. The player from the Netherlands here has switched to the left side. He had a little bit of chip damage going in with the Furnace on the right, but he's switching it to the left. Both players going to push to the left side now. I gotta say, I think that the advantage here might be for Surgical Goblin. He's playing a very heavy, big old beatdown deck.
Yep.
It's hard to drill through a Royal Giant without taking at least some damage on the tower.
Yes. Unless you've got some kind of tower defense, you're guaranteed going to at least take some damage
A
from
little
him.
early on the Knight drop there. The tower has not engaged.
But look at this counter push. Nice fireball from Nem Sensei.
Well
I almost said
done.
Nem Senpai.
Look
what you
we're
started.
both missing it up there. Yeah, perfect cannon drop though.
Yes,
Didn't
very
take
nice.
any damage on the tower from that Royal Giant.
Like we were talking about before, placing those towers at the river really seems to be effective gameplay.
That's right. Nem reaches 10 and he's going to throw an Executioner down there. But the Lightning comes out for Surge.
Nice.
The last card in his deck deals a
Lightning.
ton of damage
Look
to the
at this Battle
Executioner.
Ram.
Wow,
Is he
switching
gonna
to
get
the
shut down?
right. I wonder why Nem Sensei
Interesting.
did that right side switch. He's
Maybe
not
he's
gonna
realizing because his left side tower is so low that he doesn't want Surgical to build up that counter push on the left hand side. He's
Yeah,
going to
could
the right.
be. I think you're
Start
onto
from
something there.
scratch.
It's hard to start
Look
from
at these
scratch though when
two.
you've already done 900 damage to the left side.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That's a risky move for sure.
Cannon does shut those fire spirits down though.
Here comes a
And
graveyard
then
once
continues
again.
to apply pressure on the right.
What's Surgical gonna drop? Ooh, he does that pre-fireball just in case.
Ooh,
But
didn't
Surgical
manage to hit
waits.
anything, though.
Very nice.
But great hit. I mean, he's brought that right side
Yep.
tower down to 1272, and he's now, ahead over there. I don't think this cannon's gonna be able to do
No.
very much against
Oh,
the Royal
another
Giant. It does
cannon.
soak one hit.
He's got another cannon out there.
But
Plus
Nem
that
Sensei
knight.
isn't able to soak hardly any damage, down into triple digits already.
Ooh.
2 shots from that Royal Giant is absolutely devastating.
And he's got to be careful. He knows that Surgical has that lightning in there. Nice
Indeed.
fireball.
Only 2 lightnings, and Nem Sensei's going to lose that left side. He's got to defend hard on the left while simultaneously making this
Yes.
right side push.
You got to focus on both sides now.
And splitting
Oh,
up your
here we
troops is
go.
not the easiest thing to do.
Does he? I don't think he has a
There's
cannon.
going to be a base
my
race. He's going in
gosh.
for the graveyard.
Here we go.
Oh, but not quickly
Isn't
enough.
it?
That
There
Royal
it is.
Giant just dominating.
Yes.
They
wow.
try, Nem Sensei tried to.
Hog deck or something that needs to get to the tower other than a spell or a minor that goes directly in. You've got to get around it. All right,
Certainly.
here we go again. Next match. Let's see. This is our 4th match today.
Surge is ahead 2-1 over Nem Sensei, but Nem has proven that he can take a win off the best.
Yes.
Can he take any more? Looks like he is playing that
Oh,
furnace deck.
Golem!
The Golem!
Golem is here.
Big
Oh,
old
no.
beatdown deck from Nem Sensei, running Furnace with
Switching it
Golem.
up.
Oh, and Burner
Speaking of
Tower
Furnace.
dropped at the front. Right there to
Wow.
try to burn through this Golem as
Nice.
quickly as possible. No support
Thank-
from Nem Sensei, and that Golem is going to
He
get burnt to a
knows.
crisp.
That's the time I was talking about. Thank goodness you've got that Inferno Tower in there. When you see the Golem and you're like, okay, phew, I've got the Inferno Tower. I'm ready. Bring it on.
Surge is going to chop up these Golemites. They just get one little death explosion onto the tower.
Wow. Golem. First
Yeah.
Golem we've seen today.
It is.
Ooh,
Oh, the rocket from
rocket!
Surge! Nukes that poor Electro Wizard. I don't think this Knight's going to reach the tower, but still, very well done.
Surge likes the rocket.
Nem's going to leverage this 3 elixir advantage to continue pressuring that left lane. Drops the Furnace.
Nicely placed Musketeer there. Ooh,
Wow!
see you later,
Take it out
girl.
with Lightning. That's how Nem's going to try to close this game out. He's got Lightning to be able to deal
Lightning
with...
versus Rocket.
Yeah. You know, Rocket is going to eventually win, so Surge has got to just play defense perfectly, maybe throw miners onto the tower to get some chip damage. It's up to Nem to make the big old beatdown assault with that Golem to close this game out in his favor.
I'm excited to see what else they've got in each of their decks, especially Nem Sensei. He's obviously switched. He's got Golem in there. What is he going to put with that Golem for his push? I wanted to know.
Great question. It could be a Baby Dragon. We see a lot of Baby Dragons in Golem decks, and it could be useful now that we see these minions flying out here, because Nem Sensei's got to have something to take these flying troops out.
Yes, especially the slash from that Baby Dragon would be great.
It would indeed. Now might be a good time.
Oh,
There
you
it is!
called it!
The Baby Dragon coming out to support this Golem push on the front end.
He's probably, as soon as he saw the minions, I'm sure he was glad that he had that Baby Dragon in there as the sport troop.
Expect a lightning. There it
There
goes!
it
Zaps
is.
the Inferno Tower, and the Golem is
Very
going to go
nice.
straight for
Look
the arena
at this
tower.
Push from Nem Sensei. Golem, Baby Dragon, but Surgical working hard to defend this. He's never given up.
Golemites
Golem
pounding
at
away
two.
on the tower. Nem Sensei moves ahead in this game. And
Starting to get another Golem already ready. But
Another
look,
big push. Surge
Surgical
switches to
pushing
the
the other
right.
side.
Interesting play. Furnace, a great distraction for the
Wow.
Ice Golem and the minions there. Just going to suffer some damage from the miner. But I don't think Nem Sensei is too worried about that.
No, he's ignoring it for the most part. He's focusing on that push. That's what you gotta do when you're playing Golem. You gotta be willing to
Lightning
take a
is
little bit of
out.
damage.
There it goes.
Wow.
Lightning is so strong right now in
Dog
these big
coming
beatdown
in.
decks.
Ooh.
Golem reaches the tower.
500.
400, and with
Here
that,
it
Nem
goes,
Sensei is
300,
only going to have to defend
200.
for a little bit longer before he can get that big old lightning
He's
on
got
the
the
tower.
lightning. Yep, that's all he needs is a lightning on that tower, and that's GG for Surgical. And I think, Surgical knows that he just...
But the crowd, I think there was sitting 1,000 people. There was, I think, 50 or 40,000 people watching this finale, or this final. I mean, even in the inbox in Clash Royale. Clash Royale made a notification that you should watch the final, so it was crazy, guys. Like, we had so much pressure. He was shaking. I was like so nervous. I kind of was shaking, not really, but and this game, like my so far.
Lava Hound.
We haven't seen Lava Hound, that's true. We have seen a lot of chip damage based decks
Yes,
with
a lot of
miner, though.
miners, yes.
A lot of miners. Furnace once again making an appearance here. Surge is going to move in with a giant graveyard
giant
push.
graveyard.
Oh my god, right off the
Right
bat.
off the bat,
Soaking a
just like
Furnace,
that.
but going in with this big 10 elixir push. Minions, a
Look at that.
fantastic response though.
And the
Well
knight.
done in M Sensei. He takes a couple punches on the tower.
Now he's got set up with the counter push here.
Expect maybe
Surge
a
is
ranged
ready.
troop, yeah, on the back end. Musketeer
Yes.
looks like,
Ooh.
wow.
Royal trying to get from Nen Sensei.
And the log is going to do
Ooh.
absolutely nothing to that Royal Giant. Knocks him back just a tiny bit, but he's going to drill in
Look at
hard
that.
on the left.
Surge is low elixir. He's only got a little bit right now.
I got to say, he probably did not get what he was looking for on that right side push.
No.
And Nem has moved ahead over 500 damage, or just about 500 damage, actually. Maybe he'll get it with this furnace tick over here. Yep, down to 1401 now.
Wow. So we got a giant graveyard versus a royal giant deck.
Decisive lead for Nem thanks to that perfect defense against the graveyard push on the right.
Electro Wizard doing some work on the left side there for Surgical. But Ice Spirit shuts him down. Not too much. Wow, looks like Surge is working to push on this left side here now. He's switching sides.
That's right. Ooh, perfect poison. It's going to
Very
clip
nice.
all those,
Look at
furnace fire spirits,
so
the
much
minions, and the
value.
tower.
He's
Moving
gotta
in now
defend
with the
those.
giant. Is he going to apply pressure? No, he's going to instead defend against this royal giant.
Yep.
It's a very
Got
tough
to.
decision to know when you got to, push for damage there and when you got to defend. Surge choosing to defend there is going to fall a little bit behind. He's got to
Yeah.
put this thing into overtime. He's definitely going to lose this left side tower. I don't think there's anything that he can do to keep it up with only 347 hit
Yes.
points left and
He's
over
gonna
a minute
have
for
to-
him Sensei to tick away.
Yep, he's gonna have to just kind of forget that tower and work on his push here because he's got an expensive push. He's got the giant in the graveyard. That's a 10 elixir push. That's his combo. So he's got to invest into it and
That's
take
right.
a little damage.
And the dangerous thing for Surge here, once he loses the left side tower, all his back end troops like minions,
Ooh.
Musketeer, and Electro Wizard
Look
can
at
take a
him
lot of
go.
damage.
Look at him, he's
from
catching
Knight
the
just
game
dropped
up
directly on his
just like
opponent's side.
that. Leave it to Surge, catching the game right back to
Wonderful
even
poison
again.
dropped a second too soon though. It looks like those minions do survive.
Yes.
He's absolutely going to lose the left side tower here.
Ooh, look at that
but I'm
push.
pretty confident
Nice.
that he'd be able to make the counter push. Oh, actually, the last card's a cannon. Can he defend against this RG and prevent it from reaching the tower?
Interesting.
A surprise last second card.
Cannon.
He might actually be able to take this thing
Yeah.
with a 1-0.
All right.
The poison is down, and all Surge needs is a log to finish that tower
We
off.
got 14 seconds to go. This is going to be a close match here.
Oh no, he knows this is going to be a 2-1
Oh.
game. He's going in for the counter push over on the right side. Got to roll the log in.
Yep.
There it goes. Takes the
Look,
left side out.
He's going
But a
for
big,
it.
giant graveyard push on the right.
Oh, he knew he was going to take it. He was ready to push in the right side tower.
Massive, giant
Oh,
assault.
6.
The Musketeers on the tower, and that looks like it's going to be the game.
Is it?
There you go. Surgical Goblin
my
takes the 3-2 over Nim Sendai.
my
Well done to Surge.
Oh my god.
Jumps up. Surge got the better end of that exchange
Yes.
because while the Royal Giant drilled into the left side to take that King Tower, Surge said, we got tons of hit
my
points. We don't need to worry
God.
about the King Tower. Drilled
Yes.
over on the right
He
side,
knew
the
it. He
counter
went-
strike.
He knew that was going. He knew all he needed to do was drop the log to get that left side tower. So he went in, like you said. He knew he had to start getting that right side tower because it was going to be a battle to the death there, and he takes it.
Let's get some hammer hype in the chat. Team Netherlands and
Yes.
Hammers Esports
Hammers
claims
Esports.
the first place in esports. Oh,
ESWC victory from Surgical Goblin. There you have it.
winning
Next
in Europe
side
and in North
second.
America.
Yes, he
Hammers
is.
has got to be the team to beat at this point.
Hey.
Well done to those guys. Backstab
Oh my
and
God.
Surgical Goblin winning it all
Very nice.
on the world stage.
That is impressive. Look at that drop.
C'était pas son avantage justement dans cette dernière match, dans cette dernière map. Il doit être très heureux. You were not on your advantage because his deck was probably countering yours, but you did it at the end.
Yeah, Royal Giant is definitely really strong, and I still managed to win, so I was very happy. So yeah.
Voilà, les géants royaux, comme vous les avez vus, sont très forts et il a plus d'effets.
Handshakes, smiles all around. A 3-2
GGs.
match. Could not have
Oh,
gone any
yes.
closer.
Wow, look at Surgical. He feels it. I mean, it looked like Nem Sensei was taking that game, but Surgical really turned it around and got that comeback.
Holding that cannon until the very last moment
Yes,
and forcing
yes.
Nim Sensei to apply a big amount of elixir on that left side to make the push happen really gave Surge the advantage there. He knew that Surge knew that he was going to lose the left side tower, so rather than investing a lot of elixir on defense to get that last Royal Giant down, he just counter pushed hard. And like we said, you
Yeah.
got to know when to hold it and when to just
Yes.
counter push the opposite side and go in for the kill. Surge knew it perfectly,
Yes.
played that deck flawlessly.
I think Surgical,
Let's go
he knew once it got towards the end of the game, he kind of could foresee how the ending was going to go, and so he was mentally prepared for it. Like you said, he held that cannon, so Nem Sensei didn't know he had that cannon, which is kind of risky. I mean, you've got the cannon to defend against that Royal Giant, and you don't. But it works out because then Nem Sensei was so not expecting it, and it allowed him to kind of turn that game around and take the win.
Now, a lot of control decks will really try to get that 1-0 and defend heavily, just keeping their towers up as long as they can while, chipping on the opposite side. But big beatdown decks like the Giant are very happy to go for the 2-1. They say, you know what, you can take one of my towers out, but I can apply so much damage directly to your tower. We're going to close it out. In my favor anyway. So we're going to get the other two competitors back up on stage. We got Uluf and maybe Malcade will make a return up here on stage. But the top three.
Yes, look at that. Surge in the middle, holding his head proud as he should.
Surgical Goblin, the Netherlands player, got second place last time, but he didn't let anyone stop him going for the gold.
No, he was determined, I think. I think he went into this with a lot of passion, a lot of drive, and he really wanted this victory.
Absolutely.
And it paid off for him.
He's surrounded now by French players. The Netherlands representative here, up on top, he's got, to the left and right of him, Frenchmen trying to hold off.
So true. In France, in Paris.
With the flag of the Netherlands waving high up on top in the center there. Well done to Surge.
Wow.
$750 for third place, $1,250 for second.
$2,500.
Dang, $2,500 for first place. Surgical Goblin holding the biggest check there.
Yep.
One of the biggest that we've seen in Clash Royale competitive gameplay. Holding it high and waving it to the crowd.
Yeah. That's a lot of gems.
Oh yeah, man. How many is that? 14,000 times 25. There's someone in chat, I'm sure, that can run the calculations for us there. And the trophy, of course.
Oh, yes. I'm so proud of him. He's got to feel so proud as him. Family's got to be just rooting for him, screaming, so excited. Oh, my gosh.
Pumping that trophy into the air, as he well should.
Yes, he did.
Well
First
deserved.
place.
Great, great win there. And that looks like it. ESWC bronze and finals. Oh, yeah, it's true. No confetti this time.
Where is your confetti?
We're gonna get a beautiful picture of these guys all up on top.
Yes. Wow, Surgical's family, I would hope, is so proud of him and all the hard work that he's put in.
Man, all four of those players up on stage have a lot to be proud of.
Yes, they do. I mean, like you had mentioned before, they did the qualifiers for this, so they went against thousands of other players to get here, so they have certainly earned their spots to be there today and to be competing and prove that they are some of the best players out there.
Sandstorm in the chat did do the numbers for us. It's 350,000 gems. Oh, man.
Please.
Now, next calculation, with 350,000 gems, how many super magical chests
There you
can
go.
buy?
Wow, that's a lot.
Oh, a
my
ton.
Gosh.
Wow.
Surge family as a gamer for